December 19th. We have 6 days until Christmas. Woo! 6 days, guys. I hope you guys are in the holiday spirit. I definitely am. This is one of my favorite holidays. I love the lights, the music, the food, family, and just sharing gifts. I absolutely love it. Happy holidays to you and your family. Let's get on with the video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lavinia Lisette, and today I am going to do the Get to Know Me tag. So I have not been on YouTube in a couple of months, and it's because I have been relocating to the UK. I'm finally situated and I'm wanting to get back on YouTube to be a little bit more consistent. So I figured, why not start with a Get to Know Me tag? A lot of my other videos have just been tutorials, so I figured, you know, let's do something a little more personal. So I have my questions here. If you see me looking down, it's because I am reading my questions. This is 20 questions. I put a post on Instagram and on my Facebook to ask people if they had any questions about me, if there's anything they want to know about me. And here are some of the questions that I got. If you would like to get to know a little bit more about me, stay tuned. Question number 1. What is your full name and do you like it? Well, my name is Lavinia Lisette. Lavinia is my first name and my middle name is Lisette. And do I like it? I think I've grown to like it now, but throughout middle school and high school, I did not like my name. My name was hard for people to pronounce, so they was always jacking my name up. I've heard every name in the book except for Lavinia. So I decided in high school to give myself a nickname. So everybody that knows me now, they know me as V. I do like my name. I think it is unique. It's different. There's not very many Lavinias around. I think I may have met 2 or 3 in my lifetime. So it's a pretty unique name and I've grown to like it now. Question number 2. Where were you born and raised? Well, I was born in the United Kingdom in a city called Birmingham, and I was raised in Georgia, in Albany, Georgia. I lived in Albany for about 13 years, and then I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. I lived in Atlanta for about 9-10 years, and now I have just relocated to the UK. I've been here officially 11 months now. Question number 3. Why did you move back to the UK? Well, there's several reasons why I decided to move back to the UK. One of the reasons is because I have a disabled sister. She is profoundly disabled and she is American, but in America she was not able to get the proper medical care for her needs. So we decided to move to England where there is better health care here. It is free, so we're not paying an arm and a leg for health care. So that was one of the reasons. Another reason is because I was born in the UK, but I was raised in the United States. So I wanted to learn more about my upbringing and my heritage. I wanted to learn more about me. Also, I have 2 children and I kind of wanted them to experience something a little different compared to the United States. Question number 4. How is the food in the UK? Oh my gosh. Okay. That was a huge adjustment for me, the food. The food is pretty bland. Like when you go to, I'll give you an example. If we was to go to McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, the food doesn't taste the same as it does in the United States. It's bland. It's more bland than our foods. Our foods have a lot more flavor, even down to the sodas. The Fanta. We have Fanta in the States, we have Fanta in the UK, but the taste is different. There's a lot less sugar in the sodas over here. Now, I have been to a few restaurants. One of my favorite is Nando's. Their food is thebomb.com. Seasoning, perfect. The food is great. So other restaurants I haven't really tried. After going to a few fast food places, I decided to do my own cooking so I can season the food to my liking. So that was a huge adjustment. The food, I would say food that you're gonna buy from fast food, thumbs down for me. I think I'll do another video on my whole experience in the UK so you guys can get a feel of the differences between the US and the UK. So let's move on to the next question. What advice would you give to a person wanting to relocate to the UK from the US? First of all, I would say, number one, you need to have your accommodations down packed. Housing over here is very, very hard to obtain, especially if you don't have established credit here. If you don't have a rental history here or established credit, nobody really wants to rent to you. That was one of the problems that I had with finding a place to live, is because I didn't have no established credit. My credit is in the United States. And the fact that I don't have any, previous landlords here, everywhere I've lived has been in the US. So that's one of the big things, is if you're planning to move, you would need to get your living accommodations in order before even taking that step. Another thing is the weather. The weather is a huge difference from the United States. It rains a lot here. It's very cold here. It's cold more than it is hot. So that's something that you would need to take into consideration. And of course, transportation. Transportation here, the public transportation is great. The buses run really often, so that's good once you learn how to get around. But driving over here is a huge task. It took me a long time to feel comfortable enough to get into the car. I am driving now, but it took a long time because you are on the opposite side of the road and the steering wheel is on the opposite side of the road as well. So that's a few things that you would need to kind of, prepare yourself for before moving over here. Also, another thing is there's a huge diversity here, which is great. But if you're not used to it, it can be kind of shocking at first. There's loads of different types of people here, which I do enjoy. All right, let's move on to the next question. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I do. I do have siblings. I actually have, let's see, I have I have 7 siblings. I know it's a lot, right? So I have 7 siblings. I have 2 sisters from my mother, which are twins. And I have 5 siblings through my father who live in the UK. 5 girls and 3 boys. Yes, my daddy was a Rolling Stone, as you can see. All right, next question. Do you have any kids? Yes, I do. I have 2 children. I have a boy and I have a girl, ages 15 and 8 years old. And they are my life. Absolutely love my children. Love being a mother. Question number 8. When was the last time you cried? Well, I am a pretty emotional person. If you cry and I see you cry, I'll probably cry. But the last time I cried was during Season 5, Episode 9 of Empire. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys watch Empire. I love Empire. And I've just finished watching the last episode of Season 5. And I think Andre is going to die. Oh my God, y'all. I was in here like, no! I'm screaming. My son's like, Mom, are you all right? Like, that really made me cry because I love that show. I love the family setup they have in this show. And Andre, like, he's super cute. I love him as an actor, but nobody wants to see Andre go. I know his character's kind of cuckoo, but still. But that was the last time that I cried. Don't laugh at me. Question number 9. Who do you admire most? Well, I admire my mother the most. The reason why I admire her is because she's a very strong woman and not easily broken. My mother has been a single mother of 3 children. And as I mentioned, one of my sisters is disabled. She became disabled at 18 months old when we was in Portugal. And she's been a quadriplegic ever since. And my mother has been a single mom. My mother has went through college. She has her master's degree. She's owned homes. She's traveled, and she's raised 3 strong, smart Black women. So I admire that because it's hard to be a single mother. It's difficult, and especially when you're raising a disabled person. My sister is profoundly disabled. So when I say profoundly, think of a newborn baby. You know how demanding a newborn baby is? This is how my disabled sister is. So it takes a lot. So imagine being a mother of a newborn for 31 years. Hard, right? Like I said, she's not easily broken. Love my mother to death, and I admire her. I look forward to being as strong of a woman as my mother, and I would not admire nobody else. Question 10. Who is your favorite musician? Okay, if you guys know me, I'm sure you know who I'm gonna say. But if not, I absolutely love Beyonce. Love Beyonce. I've always loved Beyonce since she first came out, and I still love her to today. Love her vocals, love her music, love Beyonce. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 11. Why did you decide to become an entrepreneur? I decided to become an entrepreneur because I wanted to have more control over my freedom and over my finances. Majority of my children's life, I've always been at work. I've always been a working mom, not really having much time with my children, not as much time as I wanted and they wanted. So that was an issue for me, and I dealt with that for several years, feeling, you know, that my children weren't getting enough time from me. I wasn't able to bond enough with my children because I'm working, you know, 8 to 12 hours a day, and I wanted it to stop. It came to the point where I was struggling and I couldn't afford to even buy diapers. And at that point, I was like, you know what? Something's got to change. This is not the life that I want to live. You know, something had to change. That's when the thought came about of POSHLIFEHAIR. I would say 2008 was when I decided to become an entrepreneur, and I didn't know what to do, what avenue to take, but I felt like eventually this would be the right route for me. 2018, I'm a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur, and I have financial freedom. Let's take a sip to that. Cheers to me. Next question. Question number 12. How do you manage to run your business while being in another country? I've set up the business where I didn't have to be there. I could put a team together to run the shop for me, right? When I opened up the shop, I decided to open the shop in Albany, Georgia, which is South Georgia. At the time, I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, which is roughly about 3 hours away from where the shop was open. So I knew that I had to have a reliable staff to run the shop because I wasn't going to be there every day. So the shop's been open three years now, and by the grace of God, I have a strong team. I don't have to be in the shop every day, although I feel like I'm in the shop every day because I have cameras. I'm able to watch the cameras, and I correspond with the girls on a daily basis. So I always know what's going on, even when they think I don't know. I always know what's going on in the shop, and it just works. It works. I have only worked in Posh Life maybe, gosh, like rung up customers probably about 6 times in 3 years. I've just been blessed to not have to be able to be in the store to actually make money, which is great. So that's pretty much how I do it. I had to set up the system that way because I didn't live in Albany. What is your ethnicity? I am British, Jamaican, and Irish. My mother is British, born and raised. My father is Jamaican. He was born in Jamaica but raised in England. And I am mixed with Irish from my grandmother's side. This is on my mom's side. So that's pretty much what I'm mixed with. Even though I sound like an American because I was raised in America, I'm not American. Question number 14. How many countries have you visited? I've only visited 3 countries, and that is the United States, the United Kingdom, and Portugal. I lived in all 3 countries. I lived in the United States the longest, and then England, and I only lived in Portugal for about 2 years. Question number 15. How is your relationship with your parents? So my relationship with my mother is great. We are like best friends. Of course, during childhood, we argued a lot because, you know, I was a teenager and I wanted my rules to go, and she was like, I'm not having that, girl. You know what I'm saying? So We did feud a lot when I was younger. I was the rebellious one. My sister was the goody two shoes, the honor roll goody two shoes, and I was just the one that was always getting calls back from the school or fighting and stuff. So we did have a difficult relationship in the beginning, but when I moved out, I was 21 when I moved out. When I moved out, our relationship became much stronger, much better, I guess, because, you know, you can't have two people up under one roof that want to call the shots, especially when one's a child, you know. But me and my mom, our relationship is the bomb. I share everything with her. I don't keep secrets from my mom. And yeah, it's my ace boon coon. As for my father, when I moved to the United States, we ended up losing contact with my dad. Don't know why, still don't know why to this day. Don't really have much of a relationship with my father. Since I've been back in the UK, we are trying to get to know each other a little bit more. So who knows where it will go. But question 16, what are your favorite foods? Well, I absolutely love foods, love to eat. My favorite foods, I would have to say meals, I would say spaghetti, I would say pizza, and my gosh, probably steak. Oh, and barbecue food. Oh, and Chinese, although I'm trying to stay away from Chinese because we really don't know what the hell we're eating, but that is one of my foods that I do like. Other things, I'm a big pastry person. Like, I like pastries, like pies and stuff. Not really big on candy, but I do like chocolate. So I'm a kind of picky eater, although there's loads of things that I do love. Question number 17, what foods do you hate? Okay, so don't judge me when I tell you guys this, because I have a lot of people be like, girl, you ain't black just because I don't eat certain foods. So the foods that I do not like, I don't like watermelon. I don't like bananas. I absolutely hate seafood. Anything in the damn ocean, I ain't eating. Don't like it, hate the way that it smells. And as I speak about seafood, my son is in there cooking some shrimp. Yeah, my son, my 15-year-old son is in there cooking shrimp because I do not cook seafood, never will. So I'm gonna be ending this video soon because I'm starting to smell it. Ugh. I don't like none of them. I don't like any type of melons, no cantaloupe, honeydew, no melons. I don't drink milk. I only drink almond milk. If you guys knew what milk was, you probably wouldn't drink it. I don't drink milk. There's several other things that I don't eat. It took me a long time to eat collard greens because I never ate collard greens when I was in the UK. I ate more so Caribbean food. So moving to the US, I didn't really like collard greens, cornbread, nothing like that, although I do like them now. Question number 18. What are 3 things that upset you? 3 things. The first thing I would say is the amount of poverty in the world. It really sickens me. And I don't understand how there is so much poverty in the world when there's so much wealth in the world. To me, that is just insane. Like, there's enough money in the world for us not to have the amount of problems that we have in the world. That sickens me to my soul, number 1. The third thing would be the fact that racism is still a thing. I don't understand it. I've never understood it. I've never experienced any racism directly at me, but I've seen it to other people, and I've seen it done underhandedly. I don't understand it. We all pee, bleed, and shit the same. So why is one better than the other? I just don't get it. Straight ignorance to me. And the third thing that I would say that pisses me off is the fact that there's a large percentage of black men that do not provide for their children. That is a big issue for me. It makes me angry because the black communities are torn. That's one thing that also sickens me with some of our black men. I'm thankful that there is some black men out there these days that do take care of their children and do provide for their families. All right, guys, we're almost done. 2 questions left. Next question, number 19, scary movie or happy ending? What do you think? Do I look like a scary movie girl or a happy ending girl? Well, I love horror movies, scary movies, me all day long. Happy ending, I like scary movies. Now, it's crazy for me to say that because I am scared of 99.9% of things, and you wouldn't expect a person who's scared of almost everything to like scary movies. I love scary movies, but I never watch them alone. All right, guys, last question. Question number 20. What would you like to accomplish in your lifetime? One thing that I would sincerely like to accomplish is to have the amount of wealth where I'm able to touch families. I feel like there's not enough people that want to help other people. And I've been blessed enough to be able to be a business owner of a thriving business. So I hope that one day I'll be in a position that I'm able to help multiple people. Not to make donations to charities, not to, make donations to fundraisers. I want to be able to actually bless a family. In other words, say for instance, if I knew of a family that's, homeless or trying to pay their way through school or, whatever it is, I would like to be able to help people. That excites me. Just like it's about to be Christmas in a few days, I love surprising people. I can't wait for my kids to open their gifts. I can't wait for my sisters, my nieces and nephews to open their gifts. That's one thing that I like. I find joy in seeing other people happy. That's one thing that I absolutely love. And I would love to be able to accomplish that goal. So when I'm dead and gone, my children will see what the type of person that I am and the fact that I like to help people, and hopefully they will be the same. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you feel like you know me a little bit better. If you want to learn more about me and my business, my everyday life, please subscribe to my channel. I will be doing vlogs and story time and just a few tutorials, just basically about me and my life. So please do subscribe and like this video. You can also follow me at Instagram, which will be right here. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye.